Chapter 23, Ponying Up for Coffee and Conversation. While on the way in the war wagon, the nickname for most of my cars, to pick up my son from daycare, today's topic on the Dan and Maz radio show here in Australia was a great listen. Sugar daddies and the women who date them. Holly shared her story, and it seems like I've been doing this dating thing completely wrong all this time. I must admit, I was riveted by Holly sharing her story, and let's be honest here, Holly was not her real name, as she was quite happy to chat about the who, the what, the where, the why, and the when in still suitable for daytime radio detail. I was so engrossed that I actually parked in the daycare car park and listened as much as I could before getting out to get Jackson. Not that he'd mind an extra 5 minutes of daycare playtime in the playground at the back though. She explained that she turned to the world of sugar daddies, firmly based through dating websites, because of her desire to be supported while pursuing her studies and not having to worry about making ends meet while chasing dreams. Obviously, Holly is a little tired of the amazing flavour varieties of 2-minute noodles, it seems, even though chicken flavouring is pretty damn tasty. Plus, she had a couple of sick family members she wanted to spend more time with, and having a partner who could fund both her studies and time off would be a huge bonus. So, she logged on to one of the sites, and it wasn't long before the dates began. And that's when Holly started to learn more about this seemingly increasingly popular world, apart from the common thread of being rich and ready to mingle. Namely, a lot of the sugar daddies actually didn't have the time for a proper long-term let's move in together relationship, preferring short-term flings and adventures. A paid port in every harbour? Well, possibly. Some wanted to be exclusive, while some didn't care that Holly may have been seeing someone else at the time. Some users of the sites would message her directly and offer up cash in the return for something in particular. While I'll leave you to use your own imagination here, I'll give you a hint. It wasn't to bake them a pie for an upcoming Bring a Homemade Pie night. This wasn't the kind of dating she was looking for, though. Some were already married. She never explained if the wives in this situation knew or not, but I'm going to err on the side of probably not here. Most of the gifts she received were in the form of cash. Yes, cash gifts, either in a group of notes or a direct deposit. I don't think any of the sugar daddies ever quietly slid a crumpled brown bag under the table, stuffed with all kinds of denominations, but having never dated one myself, I couldn't tell you if this was true or not. A smooth-looking briefcase with a combination lock would have been a much better and classier choice anyway. Which led me to the highlight of this very revealing chat, the day she woke up and found $4,000 in her bank account. It was the morning after a coffee date, and as a thanks for meeting me, there was 4,000 shekels sitting comfortably, gaining interest. No idea if there was a second date or not, but the fact remains that she got 4 Gs for meeting someone just for a cappuccino and a chat. Anytime I hit up a cafe, I usually wake up with a little less money than I started with. Now, not having, and probably never will be, crossing paths with Holly, I can't actually compare my looks to hers, and therefore reveal if I'm a far better catch. Although I'll bet she can't change the oil on a Nissan wagon like I can, so there is that. But I am still willing to make this particular offer to the rich and obviously lonely millionairesses of the world. Even though I am happily married with 2 lovely kids and will never cheat on my lovely wife, I will consider having coffee with you provided you pony up with any of the following. $1,000 cash. That's an introductory coffee date rate. Some tools for the shed. Just some mid-level gear is fine unless you want to give me a fully working CNC machine, just because. If this happens, I will pretend to enjoy your jokes just that little bit more. My credit card paid off. There's a bit there to work with. Please be aware though, it's just coffee and idle chit-chat, nothing more. Okay, maybe a slice of chocolate cake too. I'm quite partial to a slice of chocolate fudge cake. However, my clothes will stay on before and after our little catch-up, and you don't get to brag about my hidden abs. If you want to pretend I'm interested in what you have to say, a steak sandwich would have to be included with the coffee. Laughing at your jokes may incur a fee of a cider or a beer, depending on my mood. If you're keen on dinner though, there better be something Japanese turbo and rare parked in my driveway. So with this tantalising offer, who's keen? Anyone? What if we start the bidding at $5?